Hello?
Hello.
I don't know why that sounded so threatening. Like I just opened the
Hello?
door.
I
Like I'm a
mean,
parent that just opened the door and didn't knock, you know?
yeah, hello? The energy is
Hello.
stinky today, for sure.
There's so much happening all the time.
So much happens
Um,
all the time.
just constantly. Hi, I'm Katie, if you didn't know. If you didn't know.
If you didn't know, that's Katie. I'm Jess.
Oh my God. And
Welcome to the Titanic episode.
well, this is just going to be called the Titanic episode, I feel. For
Yeah.
for SEO purposes.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, no. But yeah, no, we had planned we had planned to talk about Titanic and Titanic activities for this Frucktown. However, if I mean, we all kind of don't live under a rock. I feel like if you don't know about the Titanic stuff going on right now, this is old news by the time this comes out. Um,
Yeah. It's breaking
However,
news right now.
it literally is breaking news, and that's why we sound like this. That's why I sound
Right.
like this.
Oh my God, yeah. Let me just refresh Twitter right now to see what people are saying right now.
Dude.
Titanic submarine debris field means missing vessel imploded.
Jeez.
And that was 4 seconds ago that was tweeted.
That's wild.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Yeah, literally before we recorded, I was like, did you see the news?
Yeah, like immediate. I was like, hello? And Katie was like, did you see what has been released?
Look at Twitter. Like my Twitter trending is just like imploded, debris, implosion. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I can surmise what happened there. You are awful. Hashtag you are awful.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I don't know if it's about this, but now I'm gonna click it.
It's gotta be.
Oh, it's a Black Mirror thing. Well, fuck you.
Whatever.
Fuck
That's
you.
not important right now.
It's not topical. Yeah, right the fuck now. That's wild. I'm literally just like rubbing my face in anguish because it's just like that's a nightmare, dude.
Oh, well, I mean, it could have been so much worse.
I literally was thinking about it and it kind of gave me anxiety. Like, what if they are out there? That's fucked.
Dude, I have submechanophobia, which if you guys don't know,
Same.
is the fear. Right. It's the fear of man-made objects submerged underwater, which, hey, guess what? That's what this is.
Jeez. Yeah, that's what it is.
But it's like, it fuels this weird fascination for me.
Yeah, no, like I'm terrified, but it's like this is literally the worst case scenario of my entire life, and I can't look away.
It's like a car crash, but underwater, I guess. And that's why I had like a hyperfixation on Titanic in general.
Yeah.
When I was a youth, and it was. I remember literally like for hours and hours, days upon days, just like looking up things that have been brought up from the Titanic and like footage of the Titanic and like just getting myself anxious for no reason and being like, oh my God, but it's down there. And like now I'm like that about the sub, dude.
Yeah. No, I was obsessed with the Titanic just in general, but also that fucking movie.
Oh. The film.
Like the back of my hand, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Especially tape 2, because that's the tape that I watch the most, where all the shit happens.
That's when right, exactly. I have watched the Titanic so many times, and every time it makes me so, like, I have panic attacks, and I can't stop.
Yeah, it's interesting, huh?
So interesting.
That might have been like the fuel of the submechanophobia for me, because I remember there was like a certain scene in Titanic where Rose is like going through the hallways and it's underwater, but like the lights are still on.
God, scene, that's the scene, dude.
Fuck, dude.
Oh my God. And when she's like trying to get it, oh my God, the elevator,
dude, oh my God, the key, Jesus. And like, dude, James Cameron can give you an anxiety-inducing scene like no other. Like,
oh yeah,
dear God,
cinema, truly
cinema. But yeah, honestly, I think about that movie fondly, and I'm like, I haven't really watched it recently, and I am down to do so.
fucked up little movie theater.
Titanic.
In memoriam for the billionaires. We will watch Titanic and have panic attacks together.
Yeah, in their memory. It's how they would have wanted, I think. I don't know.
Absolutely. These guys went down there to feed their weird fascination of the Titanic. They want us to do the same.
I saw a video of like an actual successful mission of it. Like,
oh my god,
it was like the news coverage. Yeah, like it actually worked once.
It's worked 3 times, kind of.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't know.
Have you even been? No, because you're not on TikTok, dude.
No.
If I was to show you right now, if I was to screencast my TikTok, there isn't a single TikTok that's not OceanGate.
Dude, it's all Twitter too for me, you know.
It's unhinged. I have learned more about this godforsaken submersible than I have learned anything in all of my years of university.
Dude, it's kind of wild how like nothing will happen for a long time and then it's just all the information in the world at once. For like one event.
So much happens all at once. Like,
and then the Blink-182 stepson. Like, I'm done.
Yeah. But also me too.
Yeah.
Because like stepdads usually suck.
I mean, he was right.
Right. He's like, my family would have wanted me to enjoy this time. And it's like, probably, I guess. I don't know.
My family would have wanted me to enjoy this time adding Travis Barker and Mark Hoppus on Twitter to gain clout. And he was like hitting up OnlyFans models. Like he was just, the past 24 hours for him have been
people
buck wild.
Have a little bit of money and they lose all, like they literally don't know how to be.
I think, anyone. No, that's true. No, it corrupts you. It does.
Oh, 100%.
Like that you're not a real person above a certain tax bracket.
Did you see what our Lord and Savior Gretchen tweeted about the whole
what
ordeal?
Now?
She tweeted basically, what people don't understand is that the billionaires of today are exactly the same as the kings way back in medieval times that would hire like fortune tellers and like wizards to like give them immortality, because when you have money, you don't have any idea that you could die based on your own actions. Like you literally... You think you can buy immortality and you are invincible.
Oh, yeah,
you can do whatever
of course.
You want. Like, it's insane to me.
Like, even the CEO, like, of the OceanGate thing.
Dude.
Oh, my God. I'm sure we've all heard it by now. But just, he was like, yeah, it doesn't need to be safe. That's uncool. Whatever. We're going into uncharted territory. Don't wake up if you don't want to get, be an adventurous. I don't know. He was just, like, trying to make excuses for him being a little... buck shit, and wow, he looks like a dumbass now.
Literally in 2018, the amount of info dumping I could do on this fucking situation. In 2018, someone that worked with him, Buckthorn or whatever his name is. What's his name?
That might as well be.
It's not, Buckthorn. But it could. Buckthorn is now his name. Someone that worked with him said, "Hey, my brother in Christ, you need to do more testing on this. You need to fix this shit." And he said, "You're fired." Fired him.
Yeah, it's if you're not surrounded by the yes men, they're just like, no, that I don't need you. It's so weird.
I guess the last time that it went down, they lost connection for 2.5 hours.
That's no.
Yeah,
absolutely not. No.
And they lost connection. They lost their compass or whatever, even though what's a fucking compass gonna do?
In the ocean. Yeah.
The ocean is nothing. There's nothing there, dude, except for
what if you're going
Titanic,
down? What if you're going down?
This submersible.
Yeah. I'm literally cringing as we talk about this. It's
It's crazy. And then they said, oh, well, that's gonna happen. That's fine. We'll go down again. It'll be fine this time around for sure.
Oh my God. Dude, your hubris is showing.
I know. There's so many things to say about this situation, dude.
It's just so wild to think that you're better than the ocean.
The ocean!
The Atlantic Ocean.
Right. You're off the coast of Newfoundland. That's no man's zone. That's where the lobsters go. Stay away.
Dude,
There's no reason to be over there.
Wild.
I saw a comment on TikTok that was like, the irony in like being so fascinated with the deaths that were caused by the sinking of a ship and then dying, sinking. It's just, it's
so heavy-handed. It feels fake.
It feels so fake. Netflix is gonna have a fucking field day with this.
God, they're not wasting any time. It's probably gonna be like all AI generated or some shit, you know?
Dude,
they're just like, we got to get this out.
Timothy Cameron needs to step in and make Titanic 2 Electric Boogaloo.
He needs to take a pause in the Avatar omnibus that he's working on.
Right. The appropriation can wait, Jim.
Yeah.
This is more important. There's more important matters at hand.
And you've never been more relevant than right now.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, I have so many thoughts in my brain that like the ADHD
Me too.
is like melting down. I feel like I'm gonna crumble into a million pieces. Why would anyone get into a tube? No. Why would anyone get into a tube with 4 other people where you have to sit crisscross applesauce with no shoes on and you have to shit in a Ziploc bag, dude?
Crisscross applesauce. My legs would not. I would be in so much pain. I would have to stretch like every 2 minutes. Like
If you were on that, they'd be like, okay, well, we need one less person because leg room.
There's a fucking baby giraffe on the fucking submarine.
Oh my god. It's just and like the stink. No.
The stink. You know, here's the thing. All things considered, the implosion is like the best case scenario.
Oh yeah.
Because there was like hypotheses of the other ways that they could be suffering, and I was just like, damn, I hate that.
Actual nightmare, genuine nightmare fuel. I had nightmares last night because I was on TikTok until 2 a.m. Oh my god, dude.
I definitely had an ocean-related nightmare. I was like, dude, it's so bad. Like the thought of them, like they could have possibly just been like at the surface, like tumbling around like they were in a fucking dryer because there was no seats, there was no seat belts, there's nothing to hold them down, dude.
You couldn't even get out. They were fucking bolted inside from the outside.
Yeah, but it's like the thought of them like just like being at the surface, like tumbling around, oxygen depleting, like the pee and the poo everywhere.
No, the pee pee poo poo everywhere.
Dude, people just like probably losing their minds. Like that didn't happen, but like that was like one of the possibilities, and I was like, please no, please no. Like,
yeah. For anyone who maybe doesn't know what the fuck is going on, basically what happened was, this is supposed to be an 8-hour excursion, and it takes 2.5 hours for this fucking tin can to just dead weight drop to the bottom of the ocean. Yeah. And an hour and a half into the descent, they lost contact. So the hope is that when that happened, there was some kind of compromise and it imploded, and that would happen so fast that your brain would not even be able to understand
mush.
It's 33 milliseconds. So like you wouldn't even know you're dying. You'd be dead.
Gracious.
It is a gift from God, which I'm not going to stop saying that sentence right now because that was going to go bad. But like, there's so many things. Like TikTok literally was like terrifying. It was, people were saying like, as of right now, they're depleting their oxygen store. There's at least vomit on the floor. They are freezing because the water is 33 like Fahrenheit. There's no light. You can't see anything. Like, and people were like putting us in the shoes of that. And I was like, I'm going to have a brain hemorrhage, dude.
Dude, me literally on like, dude, the Reddit for submechanophobia was just shitting and pissing themselves last night. They're just like, what if it's this? What if this? And I'm just like, yeah, what if? Like, oh my god.
I'm obsessed with you being in that subreddit with submechanophobia.
Oh my god. Yeah, thalassophobia, submechanophobia. I'm in there.
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying it, but I'm in there. Dude, they're probably shitting their pants right now. Hold on.
Oh yeah, go to there.
I'm going.
Go to there right now.
Dude, I'm just losing my mind. I don't know.
It's
wild.
James Cameron has gone down there and has taken the footage, not to mention, sorry, that they would only be able to see out of a screen. They could only see out of a screen, which you can see it if you Google it, and you can breathe air while you do it.
Yeah, like they honestly could have just pretended to take him down there.
You wouldn't even know.
Yeah, dude, they could have pretended. Like they could have easily taken two. Dude, billionaires are so stupid.
Put them in a fucking shipping container and make some whale sounds. They won't know the difference.
Dude, I went on rides like that at the museum. They'd be like, oh, it's an excursion ride. And you just go in a box and there'd be ocean sounds and it'd move around. Like, hello?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. They did it. Like, they just did not need to go down there.
They did not need to go down there. Stop letting billionaires go wherever they want to fucking go, dude. They don't get to do that.
Unless they want to go to space, then, like, you know, have at it. Go nuts, dude.
Well, the billionaire did go to space a lot of times, turns out. There's conspiracy theories already. Have you heard of these?
Oh, conspiracy theories? Lay it on.
The billionaire, fucking whatever the fuck, billionaire boy.
That's always their name.
It's something with an H, I think. He has gone to space several times. He's gone to the South Pole. He's gone where no man has gone before.
Is this the Virgin Atlantic guy? The Virgin.
Yes,
oh yeah,
I believe. And then
Richard.
Is that no? That's not him.
Oh, another billionaire.
I don't know. This guy has gone though. That's all I know.
Okay,
and then
he go.
The one who brought his fucking son on there.
Oh yeah.
He worked for NASA specifically in the department looking for extraterrestrials.
Oh, what the fuck?
The conspiracy theories are that because as of recently there's been a lot more like coming out about UFOs, and like something came out where like there is a department that's specifically looking for aliens.
Yeah.
So people think that they put these people on this tube, this tin can to do a death mission so that we wouldn't find out about aliens.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's like, no, they just don't. They have too much money. They don't know what to do with it. And they saw a fun thing and they said, I'll go down there.
They have no sense of preservation because they think money preserves them. And it doesn't.
No.
Money is not a preservative. I mean, it helps, but, you know, in the end, the ocean will crush you.
In the end, the ocean will crush you. Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Can I tell you another bad theory that could have happened?
Yeah. Tell me all of them.
Somebody, like, this was mentioned multiple times, and every time I read it, I was like, no. They were like, what if they do get rescued by like a boat, like a random boat, and they don't have the hardware to unscrew them out of the fucking thing, and they just watch them die in their little fucking submarine. Like that, like knowing you are rescued but not, like,
dude, it's
there was so many bad
horrific,
ways,
dude.
So bad.
And then there was another one that was like, even if they got them up, like trying to pull them up, it would depressurize so fast that they would implode. Or like they could locate them, but like in the time that they would bring them up, like they would die. Or there was just so many bad things that could happen. And like,
I honestly did not think they were gonna get rescued. Like as soon as it was like they're gone, I was like, yeah, they're gone forever.
No, yeah, and like there's been a lot of like horrific things that have happened where there's like a period of kind of waiting, and the news is always very optimistic about it, and they're very like, there's something we could do. And every single thing I saw where they would get like a professional on, they'd be like, there's nothing. They're dead. And I've never seen that on the news before. Like,
you know what? That's true. I feel like everybody
realistic about it.
It's been like a doom countdown clock almost. Like even
There's
like the Twitter.
Clock.
Oh God, really?
On the news stations, there was a clock with a countdown, Katie.
Oh yeah.
It's like, that's so fucking scary,
like
dude.
on the actual news. Like, and then you have to like there's the time in front of you the entire time. Yeah, that's bonkers, dude. The news is, wild, but that is like that's kind of insane.
Because I saw it on TikTok, and I need you to see it. If there's
I
a
saw
picture.
the Twitter that just had like a bar that was like they have 1 hour of oxygen left. Like it was like a Twitter bot or whatever.
Oh yeah. No, I can't find it, but it was literally like a countdown to like fucking New Year's Eve.
I believe
dude.
it. I
so
believe
haunting.
it. It's very weird. Yeah. Because it's like yeah, there was no optimism in this, I feel.
Yeah.
From anyone.
No.
Because like the odds are just stacked against them. Like the submarine like wasn't even painted like a bright color. Right. So even if they did find like,
and it's shaped like a fish, dude. Like it's shaped like a whale. Like what are you doing?
Shaped like a whale, colored like white and gray. Like, dude, come on now.
The size of a minivan in the ocean, which is no one knows how big.
The Atlantic Ocean, the just you're fucked, and they were.
You're fucked,
really.
And I'm shocked that they even found anything because it took what 78 years to find the Titanic, and it's that big,
dude. They still like. I don't know if there's been updates on this. They still haven't found anything from that Malaysian flight, have they?
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, it's like literally a whole entire airplane goes missing. They haven't found like a piece of it. Like I am shocked that they did find like a debris field, Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they found the like back end or they found one end of it so they could kind of confirm that that's what it was.
That's wild.
But also, they tried to send down yesterday or the day before 2 like robot vehicles, and they both imploded on their way down. So it could be that.
Dude.
Like, it's so unhinged. It's the most unhinged thing that's ever happened in my adult life, I think.
Really?
That I've witnessed. I don't know.
Not 9/11. Did you witness 9/11?
I was 6.
I did.
I was 6, and that was also the dark years.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I joined the Dead Dad Club that year, so I feel like I don't
you had
really
shit
remember
going
much.
on.
I was
busy. Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
I was busy.
Yeah.
But this is like the biggest news thing that I've seen.
Yeah, it's definitely just like of a man-made failure, especially.
Yeah. Dude, it was controlled by a fucking Logitech PlayStation 1 controller.
Yeah. And I don't care how many times people be like, oh, the military uses them all the time. Okay, that's weird also. Can I just say? Like, what? Like, it's still funny.
Oh yeah, it is. The memes that have come from this are literally like so fucking funny. It's like I feel like I've experienced every internet phenomena in the past like 2 days, and I just don't even know. Like Blink-182's stepson was milkshake ducked because he's apparently an insane person that wants to kill people, and Moss. And he apparently got out scot-free because like his dad had FBI connections. They were like, yeah, don't worry about my son who wanted to literally kill a bunch of people at this rave. Yeah. What the fuck?
He's an insane dude. So that happened. Like, it's like maritime tragedy fucking happening. Like, there's just so much happening. And also people making like the funniest jokes ever, and then people getting mad at the funny jokes. Yeah. Like, it's all happened. Like, it's like backlash has already started on people who were goofing, and it's like, come on, dude.
It's horrendous.
Settle down.
Settle down. Also, turns out the wife of fucking Stockton Buckle Shorts, the CEO, whatever his name is. Yeah. Turns out the wife's great grandfather and grandmother they died on the Titanic, and they're the ones that were portrayed as the couple that died in their bed cuddling in the movie. I said, did you do this on purpose? Like, did you want to be part of the Titanic and this was the whole plan and you have this weird, like death mission where you just want to be there? Like, what is going on?
I think it's that, or just like the circle of billionaires is very small and it's
So true.
incestuous. So, you know.
I saw one thing that was like, honestly, this is not my opinion. This is something I saw. I feel like I need to disclaim this.
Oh my
I
God,
saw a
they
thing-
fucking posted the photos. Sorry, I'm looking at the
Stop
photos
it.
of it.
Where?
Yeah.
I'm running.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh my God.
I'm copy pasting dude.
I'm running.
Is this real? This better not be a fucking AI thing or else I'm gonna
That
fucking
can't be.
scream.
No,
That
that's
can't
not
be.
it. No,
You don't
that's
think
not
it
it.
is?
No. Look at how old it looks.
Do you think it's going to be intact?
No. It imploded. Like, I feel like you're gonna find like a hand-sized piece of metal and like they might find the thing that has like an O and then they'll be like, okay, this is Ocean Gate. Like, it had to have exploded.
That's so like wild that they even found like one piece of debris still.
The account that you just sent me,
Considering what it's Prince of
Katie.
Fakes. I see that. Listen, I'm
Prince of
high.
Deepfakes. Yeah, that does check out. No, that can't be it. But I think we'll get
That's my
something at some
disclaimer.
point. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
someone said that
Dude.
this is the world doing karma because the Titanic was a bunch of like fucking way too rich people that like went on this boat without it being tested and then got off and they were fine and it killed all the poor people. And then
Right.
now it's like the Titanic is claiming the lives of like 4 billionaires to like kind of reach some karmic fate, which like people are saying the most crazy shit. But like I
think time is a flat circle and events are cyclical and rich people be doing some head ass shit and while, poor people get ignored. Because apparently there was a fucking boat with like 300 people like off the coast of Greece, like refugees that sunk.
Really?
Literally same time as this is happening.
Oh, I did not. And of course, like we don't hear about that at all.
Yeah. It's completely different, like water laws, I guess. Because people are like, oh, why isn't the Coast Guard helping them out? And apparently it's because of, because they're in the European water. I don't know. It's out of their reach. But yeah, I saw pictures of this boat and it was literally like a small ass boat stacked with like 300 people and it sunk. Yeah, and it's happening as this is happening. Like it really is just like things are cyclical.
Right, and everyone is like on the edge of their seat about this, which includes me. Like it's just so insane. The whole thing is so insane. I'm like refreshing TikTok again, seeing if there's anything.
This image, like that boat on the right is the boat.
Oh. That's so many people.
750. Oh, yeah. That looks like an AI generated image because it's literally just like a boat covered with people. And
oh my God.
I guess there's people missing from there. Yeah, it's wild that this is happening like at the same time that this is occurring.
The ocean will take what the ocean takes.
Dude, the ocean is scary. I respect it. I'm fascinated by it, but like,
fuck the ocean. If someone said, I will give you $12 million to go in this tiny tube and go down there and it's fine and it's completely safe, I'd be like,
no,
fuck yourself. I'm leaving. Like,
no.
Like, me with my fucking asthma, no. I would take up 5 people's worth of air in one day, I think.
No, I wouldn't do it.
And
like,
they're all
even if
they were
there was
hyperventilating, like no.
Yeah, if there was a promise of 12 million and it was completely safe and like even like James Cameron captained it, I'd be like, absolutely not. I can't. Like I will have a panic attack and literally die. I'll implode.
Titanic the film, the cinema gives me a fucking heart attack. I would never in a million years do that. Even if it was like, hey, there's like a boat like 12 feet down, you can see it from the surface. I'd be like, okay, you go ahead, I'll wait over here.
Dude.
Like, no. I can't even swim, dude. I can't. No.
You are near the ocean. You grew up near the ocean.
Yeah, I'm on the coast.
Do you feel like submechanophobia is especially frightening for people who are familiar with the ocetion? Because I feel like is it like a thing that other people might not understand? Like, the scariness?
Like it's hard to say because I'm sure there's like 50% of people that are like, whatever, it's just the ocean. But then like, I think there's people that live like not on the coast or not anywhere near the ocean that are like, fuck the ocean. That's a no-go zone. Like, I don't think it has anything to do. Life. Right. I feel like it genuinely has nothing to do with the fact that I live near the ocean because I can go to the beach. Right. That's fine. But like, if I see something that people made with their hands underwater, no, it's over for me.
Dude, top 3 worst things I've ever seen. A fucking dock like in the water. Like, you know, when you can see like the barnacles that go all the way down, and that anytime I've seen a dock like that, the worst thing ever. There was this ride at Epcot.
Dude, why are rides so scary when water is involved?
And you know what? There's another ride that's involved with my submechanophobia, but this one, this was a jump scare to me because I thought I was going on a chill little ride about Norway at the Epcot Pavilion. And it was just like, it was like a little boat ride. It would take you through like, oh, it's the history of Norway. And they had like a part where it was like talking about like, you know, folklore and fairy tales and whatever. It was just like a indoor water ride, whatever. And then at the end of the ride, you go underneath a large scale oil rig.
No.
And it looks like you are in the Nordic Ocean in this boat ride. Like, it's like obviously very fake, like, you know, the matte paintings in the background to make it look like it's, you know, a giant ocean. But then you look up and it's a giant oil rig. And I hate those things.
The bigger
so
the worse.
Much.
So bad, dude.
It was a jump scare because I was like, oh, this is a pleasant indoor ride. Just kidding. There's a fucking oil rig. It's bad. God. It's tarnished.
It is tarnished.
It's bad. And then this one definitely like scared the shit out of me. The Jaws ride at Universal Studios.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of footage of that.
I went on it a couple of times. And there was one time I went on it and it was like late at night at the park. We were like, I think it was like, you know, closing or whatever. So the water was dark. And the shark broke. So dude. We were tilted. The boat was tilted and the shark was just like there. It wasn't moving. Its head was out of the water and like, yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Submechanophobia, add animatronics. Fuck off. Fuck off. There's one that is very well known and you might know what it is.
Probably.
I've, of course, never been to any amusement park and I never will. Fuck that. I don't like I would like to be in my bed.
That's fair. Times. That's fair.
But this one is 1,000 Leagues Under the Sea. The fucking sea. No, the sea monster that's under the water is so icky, dude.
Dude,
it's
no. I need to look up it's funny because I'm like, ew, disgusting. Let me look up a photo of it.
Right. No, 100%.
I have to see now. Like, I have to refresh. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Yeah, and the boats that were like kind of half underwater. This was an attraction at the Magic Kingdom. Like, it's vintage. It was like from the 70s to the 90s. Yeah. So I never went on it, but if I had as a child, I think I would have.
Have you seen the Bunyip? I think we've seen the Bunyip on your stream.
Yeah, the Bunyip. Yeah. He's
also bad.
He's a submersible guy. Ooh, I know who's going on the thumbnail this week.
Oh, for sure. He's bad. There's also one that's like, it's similar to the Thousand Leagues Under the Sea or whatever, but it's just, there was like a statue of Nessie made somewhere, and they had it underwater, in like a lake or
Oh,
something. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I know for a fact it's still there because it was so big that they just didn't take it out.
icky.
Like, don't build shit and then put it underwater, dude. Like, don't do that.
Oh,
The
you know
only things
what?
that belong down there are things that go down there on accident.
I've got another submechanophobia memory.
Tell me.
And this tell me. So I grew up mainly in this town of Weeki Wachee in Florida.
Good
Um
name.
and they're very known for their springs and
Mm-hmm.
their mermaids. They have a mermaid show. And
Oh,
the mermaid show has like elements of submechanophobia in it because you're in an underwater theater
ugh,
and they're basically above the actual spring, which a spring is basically just a big hole that goes
mm-hmm.
down. Um,
Bad.
so yeah, let me see if I can find some images to show Jess. But yeah, the springs were like very cool because they were like crystal clear. Let me this is what it looked like. This is an example. That was the like water park that they had called
Oh, that's
Buccaneer
very
Bay.
pretty.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Like you can see it. It's beautiful. But yeah, they had a theater portion which was like to the right of this photo that I sent you. That was like
Mm-hmm.
kind of sectioned off, but it was only for the mermaid shows. Let me see if I can get a photo of the mermaid shows
Oh
because they
God.
were they were cool, but like it terrified me to think of it because the way these girls had to go into the theater was through like a tunnel that goes underwater
No,
and you have to
no.
hold your breath. Um
And they're trained. Like, I know they can do it longer than the average Joe, but like,
oh
it's still
yeah.
so scary to think. Like, I would never in a million years do that as a job. Like, are you okay?
It's definitely like a generational thing cuz like I knew this girl at my high school, like her mom was a mermaid and then she was a mermaid, so
Yeah.
it's a thing. But it was like a very old like roadside attraction from like the 70s and it's still there today. I'm trying to find a fucking photo that will let me copy paste it into Discord. There we go. Kind of like a view of like what you would see through one of the
Okay.
panels.
I
Um
mean, sure.
so like behind them, that like dark area,
Yeah.
that's just a hole. Like
No.
that just is darkness down there. Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah. And then this is kind of more of like a view you would see in the theater. It was kind of cool though. I lived like literally right next door to it and like the river was in my backyard.
Oh my God. I mean,
It
it's
was kind of
very cool.
cool. Yeah, but it was like terrifying to think about
Yeah.
like swimming over the spring, like this giant depth. No thank you. No thank you.
No, no, no. I
No, no, no,
just,
no.
I just don't like do people know they can breathe on air, like on land? Like you're fine and normal here. Why are you going down there where you
I
can't
mean,
breathe? I don't get it.
yeah. The ocean is fascinating, but like I've never like wanted to like take scuba lessons or anything because like
No.
that seems like very scary to me. Um
Yeah.
and like the training for it, you have to like learn how to like what happens if your mouthpiece falls out. You have to like push the water out of your mouth and like put it back in. Like that's no no
Like
no.
I would just panic immediately and then it would be over for
Yeah.
me. Like so
Yeah.
fast.
It's
Have
over.
you heard of the what's it called? The Corsari? Let me look it
No.
up. I'm
What
gonna
is
look it up.
this?
It's a ride where there's an animatronic in the water and it's like a guy. No, it's like okay. Let me see how I can
It's like a
say this.
guy.
Well, it is. It's like a
Okay.
beast, a serpent, but then he has a guy head and he like comes out of the water and it's horrific,
What the
terrifying,
fuck?
bad nightmare fuel. I'm gonna
I
send you a picture.
gotta.
Um, like illegal behavior.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that is
He's
no.
so bad.
That is that motherfucker from Dark Souls.
It is a
No,
Dark Souls guy.
That's the Dark Souls guy. No,
It's
hold
so
on.
bad. Okay.
Dark Souls Snake Man. No, I'm not a snake. He like is a giant guy that eats you. God, I'm a fake FromSoft
Oh,
fan.
wait, was it the one you fought recently?
No, this is from the first Dark Souls.
Okay.
He transports you from place to place by like picking you up in his mouth, and that is
Bad.
literally what he looks like.
Oh, dude. It's so bad. I just hate all of it. Like,
Yeah.
don't put things in the water. I
King
don't get it.
Seeker Framped. Hold on.
Framped? Not framped.
King Seeker Framped. I'm going to show you this man.
Okay.
He literally is that man.
I'm excited.
Come on.
Okay. They're a little different, Katie.
No,
this
they're
guy
not.
looks nicer. This guy
This
looks
guy-
nicer than
I
the
mean,
other guy.
He is nicer, canonically speaking. He does pick you up with his mouth and he grinds his teeth. So
Yeah, they look a little ground down.
yeah, they do. Okay, yeah, you're right. This one's just got like a full like that looks
A
like
human
Nicolas
man
Cage.
face. Literally looks like Nicolas Cage, dude. Like, look
So-
at this. No,
so-
I gotta stop.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you go like buy this giant serpent thing.
Yeah, so it's like a cave ride and you're like in the water and then you go by it and I think it just comes out and it like lifts its head up and it like water comes out of his mouth and he like comes over. It's horrendous.
I wouldn't like it.
Like, no. I can't breathe thinking about it. Like, why would you do that, dude? I don't know. There's also I have a very specific submechanophobia like memory of like I went through a really big phase of watching specifically abandoned theme park videos where people would like go through and it's like they're so cool looking, like, you know, whatever. And I was watching one and it was I don't know where it was, but there was like a big area of water, like a lake or something, and it was pitch black. I think it was like Japan. It was pitch black, and they went over and they had a light, obviously, to record, and they recorded it, and it was a bunch of these boats, like little boats, and the water was black, dude, and there was a bunch under the water you could see, and then there was like they were flooded. It was so old, it was decrepit and like abandoned, and I was like, this is the end of my abandoned journey. I don't know why it created such an emotion for me.
No,
that I can't
that's
even.
terrifying.
So bad.
It's just there. Now I need to know. Yeah, pitch black water, like water that you cannot see like the bottom of not for me.
Which brings us back to the fucking Ocean Gate, because it would be pitch black down there. Like, you would see nothing, dude. And I don't think they had a light. They had the light inside. Maybe they had a light outside. But like, if they lost power before they imploded, it would be beyond dark, the darkest thing that you've ever seen.
Yeah. It would be so dark, like you probably couldn't even comprehend. Like your eyes had not seen such a darkness.
I don't even know if your eyes would like adjust.
Oh no. They probably didn't have time before they imploded.
Thank God, dude.
Again, seriously, like, you know, I don't wish people death. And I do feel bad for the kid.
I feel so bad for him.
Dad was like, come on with this very unsafe fucking thing to do. Like,
why would you bring your 19-year-old down there?
Like, if you want to do your own head-ass billionaire shit, do it by yourself.
Right.
Don't drag your family, like a kid, dude.
Even in the world where like he found out about it, the kid, and was like, I want to do this, and the dad was like, okay, well, you can only do it if I do it with you. Why would that be your option? Now both of you are doomed. Instead of, you know, I just convince him not to do it. I don't understand why anyone would bring a 19-year-old down there.
I mean,
when he can watch Titanic, the film, the movie.
But that's the thing about billionaires and people with money, is that they do these things just to say that they did them. Like, you know, Mount Everest.
No one even ever says no to them, or like, maybe you shouldn't do this thing.
And the people that do say no, they get rid of.
Right. They cut them from their lives. It's just crazy to me. Also, what do you think the knocking was?
I
Because it
don't
wasn't them.
know. I know that there's like a lot of just like weird noises that
Just
do come
sounds.
from the ocean. Like,
Yeah.
but this one was weird because it was like every
30
30
minutes.
minutes.
It was the Titanic
Um,
ghosts.
I don't know. I like honestly, I think it might have been they said it might have been another rescue uh like
Oh,
vessel like
yeah.
kind of echoing off. 'Cause yeah, they didn't have any Doppler or anything on that submarine. So I don't even know if they could make like
Yeah.
banging or noise like that. Like no black box on it at all either. Like that's it's just weird that this was like okayed to go into the ocean.
It was so because it was completely privately funded by the billionaire idiots that
Right.
would go on it, he didn't have to even follow a single safety protocol. There was nothing that was telling him you need to meet these standards to send people down 3,800 meters below the sea.
That's crazy. Do you think
Right.
this is going to change some laws about things regarding ocean exploration or nah?
I mean, I sure fucking hope so.
Because,
I
like,
think
here's
the
the
law needs to be
thing.
don't let billionaires go down there.
Okay, here's the thing. My take is if you're a billionaire and you want to go down there, you can go down there. Don't drag other people with you on
Right.
your stupid little idea, you know?
Right.
Like, even if you are just like, oh, yeah, well, they paid money, but it's like you are still responsible for these people.
Yeah. I think that like making a business from that and allowing people to get onto your shoddy tin can to take down like that's just so fucked to me. Like if you're a billionaire you can fund your own expedition, like you can make your own
Yeah.
thing, but like
Yeah.
don't make a business from it.
Oh,
It's
but
crazy
they
to me.
gotta, there has to
You
be some
gotta.
profit. So
Yeah,
awful.
it's crazy. I don't know.
Apparently, and I missed this apparently when it happened, but like there was a couple that got married um like back in the day. I think probably
Hmm.
around when Titanic was like, you know, hot.
Yeah.
They like were in a submersible and they went down for $30,000
30,000.
and they lived
I
and it
mean, James
worked.
Cameron went down 30 times.
He practically lives there. That's his second
James
home.
James Cameron went down there on the day of 9/11 and came up, and as soon as he came out, he was told that 9/11
Did
happened.
he really?
I watched footage of it today. I don't know. He said today's the day,
Yeah.
and he went
Oh
down, and then it showed him
God.
coming up, and someone was like, two separate hijackings, and he was just pale. Like it happened when
Whoa.
he was on the Titanic, which
That's
is crazy in itself.
bonkers.
Yeah.
That's bonkers. Dude, another bonkers James Cameron story. It's just a piece of Katie lore.
Oh yeah.
Um but also just like I don't know, I like to reminisce on the old internet. Um I was like live journal friends with his daughter
Oh my, of
for
course you were.
and I didn't know. Here's the thing, I didn't
Oh, you
know.
didn't know.
Until because like the thing with live journal at the time, it was very popular to join these communities and like just like post photos that you took that day. Um
Hmm.
and you know, it was like pre-Instagram. Like where are we going to put these photos? On live journal community. And she was in it, I was also in it, and there was like, I don't know, a trend where people were like, "Oh, we're posting photos of, you know, our parents and like growing up and stuff." And then she made her post.
Hmm.
And it was like, you know, very, very normal stuff, her and her dad. And I'm just like, oh, her dad looks like James Cameron. That's crazy.
And
And then
it
I'm
was James
scrolling
Cameron.
down and then I'm like, her mom looks like that lady from the Terminator. Oh shit.
Oh my God.
So
I feel like you somehow know everyone
I
in a
here's
roundabout way.
I listen, I am like 1 to 2 degrees away from Kevin Bacon.
What the
Do you
fuck?
play that? Do you play that game? How many degrees
No.
away from you are from Kevin Bacon?
No.
Oh,
How are
I
you
have
that
2
many
degrees.
How?
I know people who know his son, who he's like very into like metal and that scene. So
Mm-hmm.
I have mutual friends who know his son.
Dude, I don't know a single person who is even like a D list or an F list.
I mean, I live in New York City,
Right.
and
True.
I used to be in a line of work where I would interact with people who mainly worked in comics, but then it's like comics takes you to
Right.
music, and then also like being very in like the goth scene. It's like all people who work for fashion designers or they're like film students. Like it's, you know,
Dude,
it comes from
you have
somewhere.
lived such a cooler life than me. Like, I just am
I,
in my house, dude.
dude, my life is bonkers. It's just, it's a lot. I was thinking about it last night and then I was like, that's too much to think about.
Yeah.
That's too much to think about.
And it's the way that
Um,
no one knows anything about it because you keep it all locked down.
here's the thing about me. I always like am afraid of coming off like name droppy or braggy. So I just kind
Mm-hmm.
of I always try to like not mention it. And also cuz like here's the thing. People will suddenly give a shit about you once they find out people who you know.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
Right.
very transparent and so it's like I don't like,
And they're
I
not the kind
don't
of people you want
yeah,
around you.
it's not the kind of I don't want flatterers. I want people to just like try to get to other
Right.
people through me. And that's just like a general rule of thumb. Like even outside of like celebrity, it's annoying when people use you as like a stepping stone. So I
Right.
don't know. Yeah, I just kind of keep it on the down low and I sprinkle these little truths out from
The
time to
little
time.
pieces of lore. You just sprinkle,
Yeah,
sprinkle.
little spronkle. Um, but yeah, no, it's like the people that I've definitely, you know, had had the pleasure of meeting. It definitely does not go over my head how like bonkers it is. So
I'm trying
it's
to
wild.
think if there's ever been a situation where I have like even been close to meeting anyone, but like I live in such a like there no one lives here. Like farmers live here, dude. I live in New Brunswick. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Pamela Anderson lives no, she lives in Vancouver. There's someone that lives in like PEI that
Oh.
is
Oh, I
apparently
think
kind
you've
of
mentioned it
famous.
before.
But I don't know who. I don't know them. I just in proximity. That's probably the closest famous person.
Right.
But I have never met. I know someone who knows Trevor on Trailer Park Boys.
Oh,
That's it.
fuck.
But I don't
Oh,
know them.
shit.
Yeah. And that was in Nova Scotia. So I mean, people don't come
I,
here.
I think that's also like another reason I don't bring up people too much is like because I might have had like brisk, just incidents with them or just like chance meetings with them. So I'm not like, oh yeah, this is my best friend James
Imagine.
Cameron's daughter.
Yeah. And
I
then
was just
James
like,
Cameron's
no.
daughter's like, what? Who are you? And you're like,
Right.
it's
I
me.
actually looked her up. She is a successful children's book author.
Oh, I love
Like
that.
she seems like very normal too. And like all of his kids kind of seem very
Normal.
normal.
Like they're
Yeah.
not paying
Like
$250,000 to go down and see the
oh
Titanic.
no. They're like my dad has a car for that. So
A car for that. We just drive down and
yeah.
see the Titanic twice a week.
Yeah, what are you
Fine.
idiots doing?
Oh my
No, but I
god.
looked them up and like one of them is like very into like movie special effects and like prosthesis and stuff. So
Hmm.
like special effects, like I don't know. Like they all seem like very normal, like they just lead normal behind the scenes lives. And that's kind of wild considering.
Yeah, their dad is James Cameron.
Yeah.
Fun
Yeah.
fact, I almost went to university, well not university, but I almost went to Vancouver Film School to do special effects makeup.
Mm. Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
remember you mentioning this.
That's a fun field to do.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about getting back into it?
Um,
It's like
I mean, every single October, like the weather
yeah.
gets a little spooky, and I'm like, I want to like do some. I want to get silly, but I don't think I'd ever
Mm.
do it as like a job. It's very competitive, and like, dude, in
Yeah.
2013, when I was like about to go to school and go in there, I called them and they were like, so for 1 year, Benjamin, for 1 year, it is $30,000. There's nowhere you can live.
Mm.
So you'll have to look up like renting a room. In 2013, rooms were like $1,000 with like just for the
Right.
room.
Vancouver,
And
yeah.
right. And also like your school or your student loans in New Brunswick will only cover 20,000, so you'll have to come up with that yourself. And I said, "Okay, bye." Then never looked back into it.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
School should be free.
School should be free.
Cause like and it's so annoying, like the fight over free fucking higher education.
It's so dumb.
Um
Like, what are you fighting for? Like, why
it's
do you not want this?
they're fighting to keep poor people out. That's it.
I know. It's so annoying.
And it's like you're afraid that like someone from lower income house is going to be better at something that, because they want it, because they have a little bit more drive. Is that what you're afraid of? Because
right.
I
Like,
don't
it's
know.
just capitalism is so interesting, derogatory. Like, I
Yeah.
consider myself to be like very socialist, like not like fuck a
Yeah.
capitalism. And like I can't fathom why someone would not be on my side. Do you know what I mean? Like when I think about it and it's like I get it because they're benefiting from it, right?
Right, right.
But it's just
Yeah.
it's so messed up.
Yeah, it is messed up. And apparently it works fine though,
It's
you
I mean
know.
it's worked so far, clearly.
Yeah. It works
People be
for
going
others.
down and seeing the Titanic. It works for them.
Yeah, it works for them. Yeah, they have all the money that they want to blow on however they want. Um, yeah, it's fucked. I went to 1 year of community college and then I dropped out. And I went completely on like a FAFSA like
Hmm.
funded thing. And I was just like, actually, never mind.
Yeah.
Bye.
I did
Um,
a criminology diploma through a college, and then now
mhm.
I'm doing what I'm doing, and I have almost $100,000 in student loans racked up. And I'm not a doctor, so what the
God,
fuck is that about?
it's so fucked.
And like, I'm never gonna pay that. So like, hello?
Yeah, like it's funny that like all of these student loans are just like accruing and accruing. It's like this is not going to get paid back.
Right. Like, you might as well just make it free because you're never gonna get the money.
Like you have to pay people a living wage if you want them to pay it back at all. Like where do you think
Hmm.
money come from? I don't know. Something has to happen. Like, and I felt this way 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I'm like something has to like tip
Something.
over. Yeah, something.
It's been
Um,
unbalanced for so long that at some point it needs to reach like a culmin, like I don't know. I saw a thing that was like the I don't know if it was like it wouldn't be the I don't know. There was like a revolution way back
mhm.
where like the poor like fought the rich, and like if we were to do that now, the difference between the poor and the rich, we would take over in like no time. But like no one wants to do that because we're brainwashed into thinking that like this is the only way that it can be.
Yeah, I also it's a lot of things because
It's a
it's
lot of
like
things.
you see like, there are a lot of like grassroots communities coming together and like very strongly building up and supporting each other, but it's like getting like other people to come in and
Hmm.
agree with you, like people who are, you know, either very centrist or they're like, "Oh, it's fine, it doesn't affect me" type of people.
Ugh,
Um
literally the
it's
worst.
yeah, it's like I need you to care about
Right.
something. Um
Something, anything, please.
But yeah, I feel like people, speaking from experience, people who grew up in like, lower income housing, like they are more likely to build communities with each other and look out for
Hmm.
each other. And I feel like it's kind of hard to find once you get like more middle upper class. Like it's very
Oh,
like everyone's for
absolutely.
themselves. And it's like it's this kind of it's bred into, like, I could say, for Americans definitely like, oh, I built myself up, and
Hmm.
individualism is very
Yeah.
stressed, and if you need help from people then you're weak type
Hmm.
of mentality. So it's like even people who you think are like well-meaning, like it's hard to break that and get
Oh
them to
yeah.
join you.
And a lot of people that are in like the middle class, they're like brainwashed into believing that if they work hard enough, they will become something. They will become the 1%. And it's like you cannot convince them otherwise, no matter what.
Yeah.
They think because they have a garage and a like nice car that like they're gonna continue to go up and get better and better, and that's just not how it's ever gonna work. You're gonna be at this
No.
level unless like obviously something could happen, but like chances are you're gonna be working and paying your bills and living your life at this level for your whole life.
Yeah. Like you have more in common with a homeless person than you do with a
Right.
billionaire. Like you are
Exactly.
closer to them than like I don't know. I feel like some people just don't understand like how much a billion is. Like that is insane
It's
amount of
so
money to
it's
even have.
ridiculous.
For
No one
what?
should ever have $1 billion.
Yeah. I agree with that wholly. Like you just gotta deduce it or something, give it away. Like you can't have $1 billion. What are you gonna do?
Why are you
Have a billion
hoarding it?
dollars?
What are you gonna do? Go down and look at the Titanic? I guess. Well, I guess.
Jesus, I guess,
I
dude.
guess so.
I don't know. Like it's weird because it's just like a world that I will never be able to like fathom.
Oh my god. No.
And it's weird because like I think I've talked about this before, but like being in New York City, like the richest people in the entire world live next to like the poorest people like
Yeah.
ever. And like I feel like of all the cities, like it's so obvious here. Like
Mm-hmm.
you'll know when you're like next to somebody who's like a Wall Street fucko, like they have an air about them. Um
Yeah.
and it's weird. It's a weird world.
That would be so
Uh
weird. We don't have that here at all. Like pretty much I feel like I could confidently say like where I live it's very like people think they're rich when they make like I don't know, like 60 to $80,000 a year. Like
mhm.
if they can afford to go on a trip in the winter or no, the real Canadian dream is getting like a cabin on the lake for the summers.
Oh,
Like if they can
yeah,
afford that even to rent it, they're like I never expected to be this rich. Like people don't have money here.
right.
So it's like it's not that like we don't have that jarring of like you could walk down the street and someone could be like a millionaire because like there's like one millionaire in all of New Brunswick and he did a murder, so he's not a
Oh,
millionaire
fuck.
anymore. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Don't do that, idiot.
See what being a millionaire gets you?
It it
Murdering your
corrupts your
dad for money.
dumb little brain, dude. Oh, wait, is this the fucking
Dennis Oland. Oland. I don't know if you've heard of that.
maybe
They own like Moosehead breweries.
this sounds familiar. Wow. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, that happened in my city.
Oh man.
He did a well, he no one knows for sure if he did a murder, but like, come on. He did a murder.
Come on. Dude, oh man. I, I have a terrible segue, but it goes so well.
Okay.
Speaking of awful murders and actual murders that happened where you lived, Casey Anthony happened like a
Oh,
couple miles
really?
away from me. Yeah.
Jesus, that
They
one
like
tops my story for sure.
that. Okay. So preface for people, I'm not a true crime
No.
junkie, but when this happened, like it was all anyone could. I mean, it was the hot topic.
Oh yeah, especially if you're from there. Like,
yeah,
that's major.
I remember I was in community college. It was my first year. I was driving. And I went to go park in the parking lot. I was listening to like radio, and they were reporting that like they found a girl in the trunk because she was reported missing, I guess, and they were looking for her. And then it was uncovered that like they found her in like the trunk of a car. And I was just like sitting in my car, just like listening to this, just like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is happening? And as that unfolded, like I remember seeing that case like in different places. Like I would go with my grandparents to like the doctor's office and it would be on, and everyone would just be like dead silent watching it because everyone was like, fuck her. Like,
oh yeah,
fuck this piece of like dude, Floridians cannot agree on a lot of things that actually mean something, but everyone hates her ass. Like
all the homies hate
jeez, like everyone, like we were just watching it and it was so obvious how like guilty she was that like,
oh my god, yeah,
when she got the not guilty verdict, it was like, that's insane.
Yeah.
And yeah, she still gets harassed to this day, you know, thankfully.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, she tries to like show up at like certain bars, I guess, and you know, everyone's just like, oh, there's the child murderer. She, you know, she thinks she's above it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, what's going to make you feel more invincible than literally killing your child and getting away with it?
She like, and that's what she wanted. Like she clearly was like, I want to go party. Fuck having a kid.
Right.
Yeah. No. Ugh, she's disgusting. If I ever see her, oh fuck.
Oh shit. Fisticuffs.
I'm gonna throw my liquid death right in her face. Dude, me versus Casey Anthony, creator clash.
Stop that. Creator clash?
Do you know what creator clash is?
Isn't that like, don't they fist fight?
I mean, they box. Yeah.
Ethan Crank Gameplays just won that.
Yeah.
But the thing is with you saying that, you called Casey Anthony a creator.
I mean, she is. I mean, I almost said clinically. She has been on a show. She had her own show.
Oh, I watched that actually.
Right. So is she not a creator of content?
Dude, I know you don't like true crime, but did you watch that or at least see clips of that?
No, I didn't.
I have never seen someone spin something so well. Like
she's a psychopath, dude.
Psychopath. Like TikTok was fully like divided. Like people believed her.
Oh no, like a new generation of people who didn't.
Yes.
No. Fuck, that's awful.
Or people that did know but then didn't get her quote unquote her side. So then they were like, like they were convinced. Like she fully spun it to her being the victim.
Dude.
Yeah.
That makes me sad that impressionable people believed that. That's insane. No way. Then what happened to her kid? Like, why did she search how to fucking murder? Like her Google search, dude, she like
literally had a shovel. I don't know. And I didn't watch the whole thing. I don't remember what they said happened.
Yeah.
But she did try to vilify her father a whole lot.
Oh, yeah. That was her main thing. She was like, actually, it's my dad's fault that anything happened. And it's like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. It was like crazy to watch.
And then the dad was just like, what the fuck? Like,
right.
You literally like, killed my granddaughter and now you're turning it on. Like, dude, it's awful. And that's awful that, you know, people can be turned by hearing stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. People are so easy to persuade.
Wasn't there like a whole thing about like the TikTok crowd, like believing the Menendez brothers or something?
Oh my God, dude. The true crime community
has always sucked.
It's always been unhinged. It's always sucked. When I said, listen, I'm about to expose myself.
No, I will too.
I had that Tumblr account that I don't want anyone seeing about because I don't need to be exposed for my crimes. I
Right.
was fully in it.
Yeah.
But I was a youth. I was, 17, 18.
Right,
but
right.
looking back on it now, and I can't access it. I can only look at it from the outside. It's horrendous.
Oh, no.
It's like, who allowed me to have... even with the way that I wasn't to their level where I was photoshopping flower crowns on Jeffrey Dahmer. But
yeah.
The true crime community will always be unhinged, and they will always be so horny. That's the two truths.
No, it is.
Hebristophiles will pop off at the end of the day. Yeah.
Like the people who, the fucking, what's his fucking name? The movie theater guy, orange hair.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
Colorado. Yeah. Who gives a shit about his name? People lusting over that, like,
a
standard.
School shooters.
The standard.
Dude,
the
Columbiners.
Yeah,
the
the Columbiners were
different.
And I remember them on Tumblr. Like, I remember,
They
like,
were
when
big.
I was back in the day, Tumblr, like, dude, the way that they would, like, pine over them and be like, oh, I forgive them. And I was like,
They
you're not the
genuinely
one.
thought that they could say they were like, if I was there, Dylan Klebold would literally fall for me and he wouldn't have done it. And it's like, no.
Oh my God.
What? You would be dead. What
He
do you
would have
mean?
popped you in the head, dude.
Like, how can you watch the shit and hear the things that they said and be like, I could have saved them? You're unhinged and they're unhinged. You probably would have helped them.
It's definitely just like, I mean, because when I got into true crime, I feel like most people who get into true crime are young femmes between the ages of, like, teenage years. Because you're kind of like discovering like all of these horrible things that happen in the world, and then you're like, what do I even do with, like, you're fascinated. And I feel like that's normal.
My theory is that, because I think a lot of the young femmes specifically are neurodivergent in some way. I think that, like, for me, I feel like I hyperfixated on it so hard because I was young enough that I didn't understand the exploitation aspect of it.
Yeah.
So I only knew about the weird fascination part of it. And I was like, oh shit, this is cool. And then, like, obviously as I grew up and, like, my brain fully cooked because it wasn't cooked. Then I was like, oh my God, like, people, like, this is fucked up. And I think that a lot of, like, young, especially like you said, femme neurodivergent people, like, they cling to anything that make them feel good,
Yeah. And it is, like, really just like this weird turn of just like you're discovering like what happens, as a young femme person, you're discovering what happens mostly to women, like violent acts against women, mostly done by men. And it's like, it is like kind of a morbid fascination. Like, you're just like, what? Like, this can happen. Like, people are like this. And then, like, it can trail off into like, oh, I'm obsessed with this person. It's like, really displaced feelings, I feel. And I hope that most of them grow out of it.
I would think they do. I mean, like, I was pretty obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Like, and I am not now. So I don't know. I would hope other people, like, come to their senses and understand that, like, this isn't, like, quirky,
Yeah. Yeah. Like, there is just like that period where it's like, oh, you're kind of edgy for like glorifying them in a way, but then you really have to come to your senses and be like, oh, people fucking died.
Yeah.
And this guy sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most guys suck also.
Yeah. I remember when my first like true crime thing was I'm sure for a lot of people, My Favorite Murder. When that took off, I was obsessed because I loved Karen Kilgariff. She is like improv comedy queen. She worked on fucking MXC.
Really?
Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. I'm pretty sure she did either some voices or some writing for it.
Love that.
and she worked on like Mr. Show. Like I always like was, you know, a fan of her and her comedy, and like yeah, that podcast definitely was like a huge catalyst for like the true crime
Oh yeah.
fascination. I'm definitely not into their bullshit now.
Right.
I realize now that like, oh, their podcast name's kind of fucked up.
My favorite murder. Yeah,
My
it is definitely
favorite
fucked up.
murder. And it didn't like obviously it didn't click to me at first, but I was just like, oh yeah, that's ick. That's ick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I would kind of like make myself sick with anxiety listening to that podcast sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like they would
Yeah.
recount these like I survived episodes, and some of
Ugh.
them like were just so harrowing, but then like I just couldn't not listen to
can't
it,
stop.
you know? Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
it was definitely Tumblr, which like I feel like for a lot of different situations, like Tumblr for the youths of like the early 2010s and like even before, you know what I mean? Like it was a hell site, dude.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the most unhinged things that you could ever see. And I remember like being up till like 4 a.m. and like just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, reading like stories of like Ed Gein and like Ted Bundy and all these things. And I don't know what the fuck I was thinking I was up to, because
no
like,
business.
no business, dude. Just unhinged behavior.
Dude, okay. Actually, my most unhinged behavior. You can't come for me for this. I did this for some reason on the high school library computers. I would input a firewall access thing and we would look at rotten.com.
Is that like a gore website?
Oh, you don't know Rotten? Oh, fuck.
No.
Rotten.
I don't know Rotten.
Rotten was like definitely, it literally was just gore. It was just like, here's a link and you scroll and you look through all of it.
Yeah, I looked at a lot of gore too. Not on Rotten, but it was Tumblr because there was no rules back then. Only right or wrong.
Then, yeah.
You know, and it just, I don't like, imagine like 16-year-old me, and also like any like subcategory that you can think of that is like bad, I was in it. Okay. I'm talking
me too.
Lolita. I was
talking garbage.
Yeah, dude, it was so bad. So me and my little fucking milkmaid braids reading just the absolute most unhinged shit that you could find on the internet. And like,
yeah,
if I ran into someone that's 16 or like whatever doing that now, I'd be like, put the computer down and go to jail. Like directly to jail, dude.
Lock
like,
her up.
I'm glad that I am a femme person, because if I was like a boy, that could have turned into something bad.
Oh yeah, it would have been bad.
But I had the way, like I could connect the dots and be like, this is not a real like thing for me. But like that's how men become scary, dude.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the shock websites I used to look at.
Oh no.
Rotten was open from 96 to 2012.
Damn.
And then there was Best Gore.
Best Gore. That's the one I know.
Ogreish.
Okay.
And I mean Live Leak, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, rotten.com. I would put that on the school computer like a fucking little turd, dude.
How did you not like get sent to jail?
Because they didn't know how computer work.
True. Yeah.
They weren't very good at computer. Yeah. I was able to crack it. I was like, I'm just going to put a URL in front of this and it will work. And it did. But yeah, that was definitely like the little shit days. Yeah, I was on like bad parts of the internet.
Me too. I had completely unrestricted, unsupervised internet growing up. Like,
did you go on 4chan?
Yes, obviously. I went on
me too.
Everything, dude. Like I had a desktop computer in my bedroom at like 8 years old.
Ooh,
like,
and I should not have.
No. How old were you when you first Googled girls kissing?
God, I don't even know.
I want to say like
it had
literally
to have been
like
very
7.
young. Yeah. I want to say 7 or 8, probably.
Like I had dial-up for sure.
Me
Googling.
too. Yeah, just loading the one photo.
I
waiting.
remember like downloading things on LimeWire and then like just getting the worst viruses and being like, it couldn't have been me. I'm only 7. So
No,
I don't know.
I'm not a hacker. I would not know how to put this on. Yeah.
Right. I don't know what the lesbian porn's doing on the computer, Mother. It must have been the
Who
older
put
brother
that
of mine.
there?
I don't know. Yeah.
Who's to say? Who knows?
The pipeline of unsupervised internet access to Twitch streamer is just a straight line with no offshoots.
It's just one tube.
Yeah.
No, I do sometimes I'll mention like, oh yeah, I definitely looked at 4chan, was on 4chan as a youth, and people have definitely given me a stink eye for that. Not participating, mind you.
Just
I just
lurking.
viewed it. I had everyone was on B, okay? Like it's not like a fucking trophy I'm waving, but it's like that people were just on shitty websites. Like that was the internet.
I just wanted to see, like, I was so curious. Like, I just wanted
that's
to
where
know
memes
everything that
came
was
from,
going
dude.
on. Yeah. Yeah.
Back in my day, we had to go to
rooms
B to get memes. Like, bro. Times are rough.
Yeah.
The chat rooms. The chat rooms. Oh my god, I catfished so many.
If you didn't if you did not get groomed on a website as a youth, I can't relate to you. I'm sorry.
Dude.
I know.
The chat rooms, I would pretend to be a 21 female Florida.
Yeah.
Definitely not a child.
Definitely not. You know? I wish that I was smart enough to say that I was older. But unfortunately, no. The worst ones come out when you're not older, turns out.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Nasty ass.
Like, now I can see myself, like, having a daughter and being like, actually, all, like, electronics are locked away until you're 21. Like, you cannot, I cannot, or I'm watching over your shoulder. Please, for the love of God, don't be like me, you know?
Do a little helicopter parent.
Just a little.
Yeah, just make sure they're not going on like Ogreish or whatever the fuck the equivalent of that is.
Yeah.
In the future.
Don't go on like Chat Roulette or Omegle.
Dude.
Please, for the love of God.
I tried to do that like when it first came out, and I was like, actually, this is a terrible idea. I've seen too many dicks.
There's so many, dude, and it hasn't changed. Like it's always gonna be a hell site for dicks.
It's never a dick that you want to see.
No, and it's always ugly. Like, it's like every person with a wiener that has an ugly wiener got a letter in the mail that was like, you're cordially invited to show your wiener to people on this website.
This is the state mandated fucking internet time for you and your ugly dick. Get over here.
Literally. It's so bad.
Dude. And here's the thing. I feel like a lot of people just do not know how to frame a wiener. And especially those people, the worst angles.
Dude, femmes can take the most attractive nudes and lewds, and then a dude is holding it like a fucking... Yeah, and then a dude's holding it from like on the ground, and he's like zoomed into his toes, and you can see a little bit of dick behind it.
The toes! Like, I don't want to see him.
Keep the rippers away, dude.
Flash on.
Oh my god.
Flash on in the dark room.
Like under a blanket. Like fucking just absolutely
taken with
the
like
gnarliest thing you've ever seen.
With like a Nintendo DS flashlight clip on.
With the remote next to it for like a size comparison, but it's smaller than the remote, so why'd you do it? What?
It's an Apple remote.
Right. A Wii fucking controller. There needs to be a literal like masterclass in how to take dick pics, and all men that want to take dick pics need to be like have to do it.
They have to follow the rules, please. I don't, and I just feel like in general, dudes will take photos from like the bad angle of themselves, like of their face, and I'm like, what agreement do y'all have? Right. Hey, what is that?
What'd you do to have to only be doing this? Like, did you sign a deal with the devil where like you get riches, but you have to be ugly in every photo that's taken of you? I don't understand. Like,
if I took photos like that, no. No
No,
one would. No. Imagine if
no.
I like positioned my fucking camera for a stream like down like on the corner. There is a streamer who does that. Like I forget his fucking name. He's like a
Dude.
popular streamer, but he like literally on like his desk pointing up, like it's a fucking Dutch angle, but like from the bottom.
Like,
It's
I just
so
don't, and it's not hard to take a nice nude.
it's really not.
It's not. And like, I mean, the femme body is a piece of work on like art on its own. But like,
True.
you can make a male body look good. I just don't know why it's so hard for you, you know?
Yeah, it's the angles really need they really
It's
need to
gotta
work on
be-
the angles.
yeah. This is true.
You got to work on it, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm not the one to teach you, but
No.
someone out there,
I don't.
someone
I
out
don't
there,
want to.
surely. No, I ain't doing it for free.
Yeah. I don't think I want to be paid for it either. Because you'd have to review the imagery.
Oh, true.
And like the only way to get good at something is to be bad at something first. Like a lot of times.
Yeah, that's true. God,
No
yeah,
thanks.
you can't review it.
No,
You're
that's
not doing a
curse.
grading system of this. No, that's
No,
hell.
that's actually a market. Dick ratings.
Dick ratings. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's very interesting
Mm-hmm.
because it's like if you
Why
are
do
a
you wanna know so
customer.
bad?
If you are a customer and you are paying to get your dick rated by an OnlyFans or a sex worker of any type,
Mhm.
like you got to know that they're probably going to be complimentary on purpose, right?
Right.
Or do they want honesty? Like I guess it depends on like what the thing is. Do they want to be like degraded? Do they want
Right.
like
And do you
honest?
clarify that ahead of time? Like, do you like send the money and then be like, be mean? Because then there's no point in getting it rated. Like, I don't understand men's opinions and their brains and their beliefs. I don't get it.
It's like I feel like the same type of guys who are into dick ratings are like the same type of guys who are like, "What size is your bra?" As if that fucking
Please.
that. Yeah.
What's
What
your
size
bra
is your
size?
boob?
Oh my god.
And it's like
Like,
double
what?
D's. Oh yeah. And it's like that could be
You can't
small boob.
even you cannot even imagine that in your brain. Don't even pretend like you know what I
don't
mean.
even know. Like if I said 34 double D, you'd be like, yeah, and I'd be like, that's actually small.
Right. It's like that doesn't you don't take into consideration the around the back part. Like what
No.
do you mean you're getting
No.
hot and horny over the size? I don't understand, dude.
Just fucking letters and numbers. Just send him a bunch of letters and numbers and be
You
like,
could
all
say
right,
anything, dude. You could say
you could.
I'm a triple Z 26. They'd be like, oh shit. And they don't even know, dude. They're not even imagining anything.
I'd be like, at Third Love, I'm a D cup, but at Gap Body, I'm a double D cup, but at Aerie, I'm a
Right.
C cups.
It's like it's 2023.
And they'd be like,
who
"Oh,
wears
fuck
bras
yeah."
anymore? What do you mean?
Dude, yeah, no. I have not purchased
No.
a God's honest bra in so long. I'm a bralette.
No.
hoe.
Yeah, till I die, dude. I can't.
I- like,
if you
I still
bring
have-
an underwire near me, I will burn the house to the ground. I can't with an underwire.
I still have a couple of them, but like every time I put them on, I'm like,
They're the most uncomfortable thing known to man.
this sucks. Like, why would you put a wire near the titty?
Right.
Don't do it.
Because
Because there will be a day when the bra breaks, and where the
Always.
wire going? In the titty.
in the titty, and
Yeah.
it punctures in at such a velocity, dude. Like those little stupid cursed U's of metal. Oh
Ugh.
my god, I used to rip them out. Like I remember, like when I was an underwire girly, I would just like as soon as there was like a rip, I'd be like, okay, it's time for this to be not an underwire bra anymore.
Yeah.
Like they're haunted.
I had one like literally snap in half, like in the
Mhm.
bra.
Yeah,
And it felt like a building fell for one. I was like,
all
holy
support
shit.
just gone at once.
The fucking foundation rattled.
Oh my god.
And I was like out and about, and I'm just like, did someone
No.
just see my titty break? Because it felt like it was visible.
It's 2 inches lower than the other one now. Like, is this a,
It
can
literally
someone
just
see?
imploded.
Oh my God. Have you ever had one, like, the spot in between the titties, like, wear down to such a thin material that it breaks?
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
listen, if there's any non-titty havers here, I'm about to burst your bubble, but people with titties wear, like, they have one bra that they wear all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe two that they go back and forth between, but we wear those things into the ground.
Yeah. They're
And
expensive.
wherever you are, oh my God. And if you're out in public when it decides to like die,
Yeah.
the titties, you can't, they're out now.
Yeah. Like
I've had that happen.
This is a wireless bra now, but only on one side. So
Right.
okay.
Or it
You had
rips
that
in the
happen.
middle of the front where the clasp is
no.
not at, and then you just have like side saddles. And you're like, what? Now they're under my armpits. What do I do with this?
Holy fuck. No, that happened
Yes, that happened.
in person.
I
Oh my God.
Katie, I think I was at school. I think I was in high school.
No. Oh my fucking God.
And if you talked to high school Jess and said, you're not going to wear a bra to school, I would be like, fuck off. There's absolutely not a chance that I'm not wearing like a bombshell Victoria's Secret triple push-up bra to school.
Right.
And no bra? No, I'm suddenly sick and I need to go home. I can't.
Yeah, I would never.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
No, I was a different person back then, for sure. I wouldn't even recognize myself.
Yeah. Same.
I was suppressing the they, you know?
Oh, yeah.
All
It's so
femme
funny.
all the time.
Dude, photos that I look at myself from like early 20s when I was like very, very femme, very goth. I was like, oh, this is a fun little cosplay that I'm doing.
Right. Who's that?
Like is this what a woman is? Heels and tights? Sure.
Literally. Like
Sure.
me, autistic, thinking this is how aliens dress as women.
Dude, same. Like, and here's the thing. I served. They were great looks.
Right.
But I look at them and I'm just like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's cute little cosplay that you're doing of a woman.
I love cosplaying as a woman, but like it's very like intentional now. I know that like if I'm dressing up, I'm like, this is not me, but like it's fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like for years and years and years, it was like, this has to be me. What do you mean
this
isn't
is me? Yeah. This matte red lipstick.
Dude, I used to dress pin-up. Like for years and years and years. I would do
That's
pin
amazing.
curls and red lipstick, and now I'm like, maybe as a costume. I couldn't do it now.
So many red lipstick, most of them from MAC. And I wore them all the time. I had to have like foundation just like covering my entire face. Like it had to be matte because that was the fucking look. And now I'm just like, nah.
No.
Fuck it. Like a lip tint? No.
Like every once in a while I'll do like a nice like full face of makeup, but like it takes so long to do.
It feels very weird to do.
It does.
I feel.
It's like wearing a mask, literally.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'll look at the end product and like it looks great, but I'm just like, wow, this is like I put some frosting on the cake, I guess. Like
right. Who is this? Couldn't be me.
Yeah. Don't know who she is. Anyways, let's go live.
Right, exactly. And then everyone's like, oh my God, you look so good. And it's like, I can feel all of the layers on my face and it doesn't feel right.
Oh, dude, every time. And like here's the thing. I don't mind being complimented when I wear more makeup. It's fine.
Right. Yeah.
But like I know it's just like, yeah, because I tried a little bit. It's like, oh, I put a little coat of paint on.
Literally. People love to compliment women when they look like they put a little bit of effort in. Which like I get, like people like it sometimes. Yeah. But like I really just wanna look like a little grubby little fucking like dirt garbage raccoon. And like that's my final form, you know?
The literal only time I wear makeup is for stream now.
Me too.
It's just
I'm gonna send you a picture.
Okay. Oh my God, dude.
Like who's
that? Who is she?
I know, and I look like that every single day. And for people
You
who
did
can't see, I have full like retro pin
curl.
curls, red
Oh my
lip,
God.
like every single day I would do that.
I have a
Clock it.
similar photo of myself, but I don't know
Of
if I
course you
can
do.
find it off the fly because I did pin curls like that once.
Once. It's such a
Jesus
job, dude.
Christ. It is, and it's like if your hair is like not dirty enough or whatever, it like doesn't stick. It's like
It just won't
it's a
stay.
lot. The fact that you did that like often is literally amazing.
Yeah. I watched
'Cause I
Mad Men
tried.
once and then said, this is my entire personality
I
forever and
love
ever.
Mad Men so much.
I know. I've watched it like 8 times, dude.
I'm due for a rewatch, but I'm in the middle of watching Succession, so I have to one shitty
One.
rich people
Yeah.
show at a time, please.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my God. It's really good though. I like Succession. Have
I've
you
never
watched
watched
it?
it. No.
Have you watched Peep Show?
No.
Peep Show is one of my all-time favorites. Comedy show, BBC show, very dry. It's very dry, it's very like self-referential. The guy who created that also co-created Succession. So I was like, holy shit. I didn't know
really
this
good
the
things.
entire time. Like, I thought Succession was like a boring show about whatever. But it's actually like it's got like that like wit and dryness to it, and it's very funny. But it's also about like completely shitty people. So I love it. It's my favorite thing.
Oh yeah. That's my favorite part about Mad Men is that it's like about the rich people, but it portrays them as like caricatures of like the shitty things that they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're misogynist, but they're not just misogynist. They're like cartoonish levels of misogynistic. And I love that.
Yeah. It's such a good show. I remember like that was probably like the first show, the first like golden age television show that I remember like getting into. But yeah, it definitely did not withhold how shitty they could be. And I liked that because I like when shows are like, no, this is a shitty character and we're not gonna sugarcoat it, like they suck.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I like that.
Oh, now I want to rewatch it again. And I probably will.
I was thinking about like certain episodes, like in the later seasons. I guess I don't know. Spoiler alert for a real old show at this point. There was that one storyline where the kid that they hire was like in the Holocaust camps. I forget his name, but like his entire storyline and how it ends, I just remember that being like so shocking and like sad. Like that was really like impactful because it was like I don't think a show has ever touched on like, you know, people who literally recently survived the Holocaust, like going out into the world.
No, I can't think of any other show that even brings that up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there might be, but I remember that moment. It was so good. And that was just one little storyline. There's so many intricate little storylines in Mad Men, and they're all fucked up and sad and
remember when
really well
the
done.
Guy cuts his nipple off and gives it to Peggy?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Isn't that the same guy?
Happened. Was it the same guy? Because he has PTSD and then he gets a little schizophrenic.
I think he either cut his nipple or his ear off.
I think it was his nipple because I was just watching Actually on Dropout and they said ear and I was like, no, it was the nipple. It's
interesting.
Yeah, because
it's in like a box.
Yeah, he gives it to her. And then the next scene is him
being dragged out.
Yeah. I think it's his nipple.
It's definitely a body part that's not
definitely
supposed to be cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mad Men. Watch it.
Mad Men.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's good. I don't know where to watch it because who the fuck knows anymore?
Amazon Prime Video.
Oh, well, someone knows.
I think, but it's an AMC show, so they might make you do the little like extra AMC extra thing. I don't know.
Don't make me do shit. I will go to the Pirates, dude.
I will go to the Pirates. That's where you can watch it.
Yeah, to the Pirates.
Pirate Mad Men. You heard it here first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Please do not DMCA me, AMC.
Well, yeah. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
We're just trying to make a God's honest podcast about whoever the fuck knows.
About everything. We've been recording for an hour and 40 minutes. We need to stop the podcast.
Yeah, we got to stop or else it will continue.
It will continue, and we need stuff to talk about next week. So
true.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we got our fucking Titanic stink out as it was literally happening. Like, because I don't know if I could have waited.
What is the update before we wrap it up? I just need to find out. Let me read.
Well, they said that they were going to do
found about 1,600 feet away from the wreckage of the Titanic. 5 pieces of the vehicle were found in 2 debris fields, making it certain that a catastrophic implosion had occurred. The pressure chamber was detached from the vehicle.
Yikes. Well,
big yikes.
At least,
also, yeah.
You know, there is that.
Rest in peace to the billionaires and mostly to that 19-year-old.
Yeah, mostly to the 19-year-old. Surely a billionaire will not do anything stupid after this.
Oh my God, next week. Next week they'll be down on another one. They'll craft another one, and they'll be down there trying to look at this wreckage, and then they'll die, and then another. It's endless.
Can't wait. Well,
anyway,
until then,
yeah, keep on frucking, besties.
Keep on frucking in the free world. Yeah, and until next time, bye.
Bye.